If you're thinking about moving to Woodstock, Georgia, here are some things you're gonna love and a few things that you need to know before making the move. So let's take a minute and talk about the pros and cons of moving to Woodstock, Georgia. Hello everybody, my name is Scott Ritch with Ritch Realty Group. We help people every single month move to Woodstock, Georgia and Cherokee County. So the things you're gonna hear about in this video are conversations I've had with buyers. Before we talk about the things you're not gonna like, let's first talk about the pros. Pro number one has got to be downtown Woodstock. Downtown Woodstock is arguably the most desirable downtown area in all of Metro Atlanta. There are a ton of restaurants like Salt, Century House, Roberto's, and while you're waiting to grab a table, there's plenty of places to go to grab a drink like Reformation Brewery and Stout Brothers. If that's not your thing, there's also Woodstock Coffee Shop, Bazaar Coffee, great little locations. Cool thing about downtown Woodstock is it is walkable with drinks, so feel free to go and shop while you're waiting on the table or just hanging out with friends. One of the things you wouldn't expect about downtown Woodstock are all the activities that kids can do. They have outdoor playgrounds and 2 different locations. They have tons of parks, walking trails. You have Noonday Park right down the street where kids ride their bikes and scooters. They even have an arcade, the Blue Ghost Arcade right up the street, all in walking distance. Most nights you can catch live music at Mad Life or at Maxwell's Cigar Bar, both very cool venues. Plus there's all kinds of events. Anything from Sip and Shop, which my wife loves, to free concert series called Summer in the Park. Plus from April to December they have a weekly farmers market, which is really cool and drives a lot of local farmers in. So there's plenty to do in downtown Woodstock. One of the best things that you wouldn't expect in downtown Woodstock is there's plenty of parking. They just finished the parking deck there a few months ago, and now even if you're not parking in the deck, you can find a parking spot almost anywhere because of that. Very easy to get in and out, and it's definitely an enjoyable experience any night of the week. Pro number 2 has to be the community feel. If you're looking for that small town feel with such a vibrant, growing community like Woodstock, this is the place to be. You get people that are waving at you through neighborhoods. There's tons of events and festivals and cookouts, and they have every kind of sport you can think of: baseball, soccer, football. It's really a small town feel here, and you really can't find a better experience for community here. Pro number 3 I would say are schools and location. So the schools are Cherokee County, very sought after. As someone with 2 kids in school right now, we absolutely love it. The teachers are phenomenal. It's a great feel. Our kids are in sports. We meet kids from all types of schools from all around, and it's just a lot of fun. It's a very easy way to get to know people if you're moving from out of town. The other pro I would say is location. You're very, very close to the highway 575. So if you're working in downtown Atlanta and you have to, have that long commute in, 575 has an express lane that can get you down there with, virtually no traffic at all. You're very close to Lake Allatoona, which it has a ton of activities on it during the summer, and close to, maybe the mountains up in Blue Ridge if you want to go spend some time with family up there, in the winter months and see some snow. But speaking of commuting, that brings me right into con number 1. As Woodstock continues to grow, traffic continues to grow. It gets harder and harder to commute from one place to the other. Atlanta's just one of those cities that it doesn't matter what time of day, you can always hit traffic, so always prepare for that. The good news is you're far enough out where there's not a ton of traffic this far out, but you still get bottlenecked in several areas. As more and more people move in, traffic will continue to pick up, and I would say that would probably be the number 1 con. Number 2, a lot of people don't think about it, but number 2 con has to be the summer heat. It gets very, very hot here in the summer. The fortunate thing is you still have the lake, you have a lot of communities with pools. A lot of houses here have pools as well, if that's your thing. But yeah, the summer heat kind of sneaks up on you. It's pretty much that way all throughout Georgia. The best part about it, you don't have much of a winter. It's pretty mild. I mean, you get maybe a snowstorm once every 4 or 5 years. You get ice maybe every year or 2, but that's about it. It's pretty mild, so you're pretty clear here in Woodstock. And the last con is con number 3. It may not surprise you, but home prices. You may not expect that from a real estate agent who is always looking for buyers to move to the city that he works in. But I think at the end of the day, it's important to be truthful. And the truth is, housing prices have gone way up. Downtown Woodstock and Woodstock in general was very affordable. It was actually considered one of the more affordable cities around Metro Atlanta. But ever since they've created this downtown experience and all the events in the surrounding areas, prices have gone through the roof because it's become very desirable. I can remember just 10 years ago when we first started selling real estate, I think I sold a property for about $225 425. That same property nowadays would be easily 450. Now, the good thing is the stability behind that is very good. Prices have stayed very consistent. There hasn't been a lot of fluctuation in Woodstock, and they're holding strong even with a little bit of a down market last year. So it's something that, I think is really protects your asset. Now, it doesn't really matter your price point. You can still find any price point in Woodstock, and it's really up to finding the right realtor to help navigate you to where you want to be and help you find, that price that fit your family's needs while also, being close to everything you guys want to. So ask yourself, do you want a downtown area that's convenient and enjoyable, something that's easily walkable with tons of activities, anything from restaurants to concert venues? Do you want a community that feels welcoming and small and inviting with friendly neighbors? Do you want schools that are strong and desirable? And then can you handle a little bit of heat and some extra traffic? And if that's all yes, then this might be the right spot for you, and we'd love to have you here. So listen, after all that's being said, if you're still thinking about moving here, download my free Woodstock Relocation guide. It'll provide a lot more information than what I shared with you in the video. It will help kind of guide you to see if Woodstock's still a good fit for you.